we went ahead and got the Blazer back in the garage. Now, the reason why we were able to get the Blazer back in the garage is because I went ahead and finished the RZR project, which I'm gonna show you in a second. As you can see here, we have a big portion of the RZR sound system that is just sitting here in the garage still. So I'm gonna get to that in a second, but let's go ahead and go outside and take a look at the RZR, and I will use this video as an update as to what was done on the Polaris RZR stereo system. So let's go. Here's the 2021 Polaris RZR Turbo S that I have been working on for the last month and a half. So in the front kick pods, we have the UTV 6.5-inch kick pods paired with their 10-inch subwoofer in the glove box department area. When you come back to the back, we have the 8-inch UTV stereo cans paired with the Sky High Car Audio 8-inch hybrid coaxial pro speakers with a DS18 speaker grill. If you know, you know. This was a fun project because I have had nothing more than the stock stereo in this Polaris RZR for the entire time that I've owned it. And I've always been questioned as to why I don't put a bigger stereo system in it. Now, I'll be honest with you, I did kind of lose motivation in the process of doing this project. One, it was right in the middle of peak season at UPS, which is never a great time because I don't get home until 8 o'clock at night. And I got kind of sidetracked when I was trying to install the second subwoofer that you've seen inside. And when I built the enclosure, I was just very unhappy with it. So I lost a lot of motivation to continue. That was until the subwoofers for the Blazer came in, and then I was kind of forced into a situation where I was like, you know what? I don't really have any more excuses. I kind of just need to get some things done. Now, the subwoofer enclosure that you've seen me holding in the beginning of this video is designed to go right here, and that is the enclosure I'm talking about that I kind of lost some faith in because I was unhappy with its performance. So once I ran into that issue, I fell out of motivation quite quickly. And the only thing I had left really to do was to wire up these cans by running the speaker wire down the tunnel underneath here, up through the roll cage into the back of the can. And that is what allowed me to button this thing up and move it outside underneath the canopy, which I'd much rather have this Polaris RZR out here and the Blazer in the garage, because the sound system in the Blazer is obviously worth quite a bit more. Here we have the subwoofer enclosure, and it's actually designed to go like that in the back. The subwoofer mounted underneath with these feet to prop it up, and then this port fires into the cabin right above the roll bar for the back seat harnesses. Like I said, the problem is when the sound is firing forward, there's no windshield, there's no doors, there's no glass to capture that sound. So it ends up sounding very hollow, where a 15-inch woofer this thing should pound. Now I do have a second amplifier right here for that 15-inch woofer. This is the exact same amplifier that I'm using for the 10-inch sound cube that I have in the front UTV stereo subwoofer enclosure in the glove box. I was going to install as a second amplifier for the rear subwoofer. The 10-inch enclosure in the front sounds quite a bit better than the 15 in the rear. And the reason why the 10-inch sounds better than the 15 is because the port fires sideways. So the subwoofer travels up and down, the port fires sideways, and it's in the footwell area, and it allows just enough reverberance and loading that you can get a good sub sound by those types of enclosures. So that is the update on the RZR's sound system for now. Obviously this video is a little bit different than maybe the last video because it's kind of like an update video, right? So in each segment, I'm trying to think of what I need to tell you to kind of catch you up to speed instead of it being a hangout video where I don't even really know what's going on and we're kind of figuring it out together. This is like past tense stuff and me thinking of like what I need to do to update you. The reason why I want to do a little bit of an update video is I kind of just banged out a bunch of stuff because I had a bunch of responsibilities to get done. So I got the RZR done and outside, the Blazer done and inside, and now I can start focusing on the things that I need to do to take care of this. And since the last video where you've seen me install the subwoofers, I said I need to come out here and check the outside of the enclosure with a multimeter to make sure all the subwoofers were good. Well, I have in fact done that, and I could take the time to show you how to do that, but I want to let you know everything is good. And I've even done an impedance chart on this enclosure with the new subwoofers in to find out what the tuning frequency is of the enclosure with the new subs. I think that's going to do it for this video. A little bit of an update. That way we can move into working more on this and going forward. But let me see if I can find a non-copyright song, and we'll listen to the RZR really quick and we'll see how good it sounds through the microphone. Now, I highly doubt that this is gonna sound good, right? Because you're only gonna be able to hear this sound through this microphone. But if you wanna get an idea what it sounds like, I imagine if you put on headphones, it'll probably sound a little bit better. Hopefully it doesn't get copyright.
This is DJ Rusticles.
I've been on the low, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind. It feel like my life ain't mine. Who can relate? Woo! I've been on the low, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind. It feel like my life ain't mine.
All right, most likely gonna get a copyright strike, but hopefully you're able to listen to headphones and it sounds somewhat decent. So I apologize that this video is more of like a set the camera up, talk to you like I'm updating you, next clip, talk to you like I'm updating you, and less like a hangout. But there was a bunch of things that I kind of wanted to just talk about and get you up to date so that going forward, maybe I don't have to do that as much. See you in the next video.